6 reasons you will fail with weight loss injections, just like I almost did. And the one local shift that changed everything. So it looks like they're talking about weight loss injections. That's really specific. So they're writing like kind of a listicle, kind of hybrid, like advertorial. So it's like an advertorial here, story, and then they got the 6 reasons, and then they got the rest. And it's really short. This is not a long page at all. They got the advertorial thing right here. So first things first, the main image is actually pretty good. This is probably what a lot of women look like that are trying to lose weight. Some people I see, they use images that just don't accurately represent their target market, which is important, right? You want to make sure that when people see the image, they're reading a story that's intended to feel relatable to themselves, that they can picture themselves with the images, right? People who are like them. Okay, I didn't think I'd share this, but you deserve to know what really happens. Last year, I was sitting on the floor of my closet. Okay, they didn't fit, not proud of it. Maybe I had a moment like that too. Okay, working full time, raising kids. But those new miracle injections everyone on TikTok and in mom groups was whispering about. I nearly blew it. 6 mistakes, thinking the shot would do all the work. Habits still matter, no guidance, less supervision, slow reset. Tried to do it alone, thought I couldn't afford it, trusted the wrong people. Everything changed when I found the right support. A real clinic. They adjusted my dose, they explained everything, they followed and cared. Okay, thinking about starting, here's what I'd say. The team at Slim Fit. So actually, this is really interesting because they're not selling a product. They're selling a service at Slim Fit. So they're probably running like, Facebook ads, maybe Google ads, and they're running this advertorial. And, what I like is the imagery, right? And also, this kind of structure does make sense. This structure does make sense. Like, it goes along with the headline and it goes through the story. But a big thing that they should be fixing is probably the longevity. They should be explaining it more, because instantly they go through this experience just coming off of this one kind of section talking about, a story of an individual who's experienced the injections, right? They saw it on TikTok and mom groups. I would be more specific about mom groups. Like, you could like literally talk about real life situations, like, oh, in this Facebook group, me and my neighbor, because we're both moms, make it a little bit more believable. Here are the 6 mistakes, right? So they go through the mistakes. These are actually like, it sounds like real advice. Like, I trusted the wrong people. I thought I couldn't afford it. I tried to do it alone. So writing these makes it sound a lot less like you're selling, which is really important for an advertorial. But right here, they said everything changed when I found the right support. They just all of a sudden go from this injections all the way to a clinic that does injections, right? They adjusted my dose carefully. They explained everything, but they followed up and cared. Is really vague. You don't want to be too vague. You kind of want to be specific when you're writing. Like, you got to really target and pinpoint exactly who you're talking to and just double down on it. And right here, they just shove in testimonials, right? I would add images of people with the testimonials. I would add, specifically for this brand, I would add like an Instagram or Facebook kind of embedded section that makes it look like a Facebook post or Instagram post that has an image of someone in their clinic, and then talking about their experience in the description, like saying like, oh, I visited the clinic and did this or that, or just even screenshots of people on IG who've posted their experience going at the clinic, because it looks like it's a real clinic, right? This is not an advertorial for a typical e-com product, but it's kind of the same concept. But when it comes to something in real life, people want to trust it, and people want to be like feel that it's real and professional and everything, especially if it's in person. And also, these guys, they have Florida at the very end. I'm not sure if this is a one clinic in the world, like just Slim Fit, or if there's multiple clinics across different states. They should be a lot more specific, saying like the Florida clinic, talking about the location, because they don't want to be running ads to the wrong people who are like, halfway across the country. They're not going to fly unless this is something like massive, like a complete weight loss transformation, equivalent to like a hair loss transplant. So, I would be a lot more specific, say it's in Florida, say the location, and I would talk about the clinic, right? Because this is kind of like it just doesn't give enough information, and it's a bit confusing, especially for me. I mean, I never done injections or whatever, weight loss injections, of course. I'm not a mom. So, but even then, your advertorial should be able to be understood by someone who doesn't even have that problem, okay? Just make it easy to understand, as if it's like a 5-year-old who you're talking to, and include the amount of information that you need without boring them. How many words is this advertorial? Let me see. Word count advertorial. Word count. 500 words. That's not nearly enough. And this is nowhere near, the amount of words that you need to convince someone to actually visit your clinic, right? Like, no one, I don't even get this. So that's what you got to make sure, that what you're offering to your customer, that they understand it clearly and how it will benefit them, and if it's really worth it for them, right? And if you need an advertorial, I make advertorials for ecom brands. So feel free to message me on X. It's in the description below. And that's basically it.